Hello, classic students. We were doing the revision of the poem Robinson Crusoe story, and as we have seen that Robinson Crusoe he went on a ship whose name was Piccadilly Daisy, and in the very first line of the poem he says that the night was thick and hazy. So the that means the weather was not at all means there was thick mist, and it was all hazy, and that means it was unclear, and so the ship met with an accident, that there was a shipwreck, and for that reason what happened, all the crew members were drowned along with the captain, and the only one who swam to safety was Robinson Crusoe. And he says that he knew since he was the only person in that who could swim to that island, he knew that all the others were drowned. And he also says that I felt very sad and lonely. Yes, all alone in an island, we can't even imagine, right? So and then the poet is using a bit of humor to means to break the dullness of his life. And he says that Crusoe, in order to entertain himself, he was living in a cave, and what he thought was he thought his cave to be a kind of an inn. Inn is a roadside hotel where people just stop by for a night or two. So generally the innkeeper he remains outside to welcome the customers, to bring in customers to his inn. So in the same way, Crusoe, knowing fully well that he was the only person living in the shore, but still he would sit outside the door to watch for people, to imagine that people would come to his cave. Why? Because only to reduce his boredom and loneliness. Now he is again, the poet is using humor, but the fact is that he's saying that I'm very clever at making stew. Means I am quite a clever hand at making stew. So he's trying to boast about himself that he is a very good cook, when the fact is that even if he wants, he won't get anybody else to do his cooking. And then we get to know that there was somebody else also with Crusoe who helped him. That was Friday. His name was Friday. And what did he do? He cleaned his cave, and he put some means he polished his shoes on Sundays. Okay, cleaned his shoes, that cleaned his cave and cleaned his shoes. I have a little garden that I am cultivating lard in. Lard, see, is fat or greens. So he says that garden means here garden means he considers the nature itself, the little place that he has made as his garden. So he says that I'm cultivating a lot of things in it, and as the things I eat are rather tough and dry. So the things that he is eating is rather tough and dry. That is in a way to say that he ate whatever he got. And what kind of things did he eat? Toasted lizard, prickly pears, parrot gizzards, and I'm really fond of beetle pie. So none of the things we will in our wildest dreams ever think of eating them, but we can understand that how difficult his situation was. In order to survive, he had to eat those things. And tough means, they were kind of hard, you can say. And see, prickly pears, that means wild fruit. So as I have said, that he ate whatever he got in order to survive. The clothes I had were furry, and it made me fret and worry. I wore furry clothes and it made me fret and worry. Why? When I found the moths eating of the hair. So fur, as you know, they have small hairs, in it, and the moths were sitting on them and eating it up. And why were the moths coming? Because he was kind of killing animals and wearing them, and as a result smell was there, and for that the insects were getting attracted. So what did he do? He had to scrape them and sand them. So he got rid of all the waste material and he put them in the sand, and then he boiled it. Why he boiled it? To get rid of all the smell kind of thing, and tanned them. Tanning is a it's written in your book, and I've said many times that tanning is a process of refining the leather. It's converting the animal skin into leather by treating them with tannin. So this whole process is a process of tanning the leather. That is, first scraping them and sand. You put it in sand and then you boil it. So all this is process, and then it goes through, tanning of leather goes through other chemical processes. So in the same way, whatever was possible for Crusoe did that to refine his clothes, and so that the moths wouldn't eat up the fur. Until I got the fine Morocco suit I wear. Morocco is a place very famous for leather products, and that's why he is using humor and saying that his refined dress is like a fine Morocco suit, fine suit that he has purchased from Morocco. I sometimes seek diversion. Diversion means, since I'm alone, I need to have some kind of entertainment for myself, so as to survive itself. In a family excursion. Excursion here refers to the picnic. And with whom? With a few domestic animals you see. So he had domesticated few animals. So he would take them for small picnics. And he is using the word excursion. Generally, excursion word is used with educational tours. We take along a carrot and refreshment for a parrot. So what is a carrot for? It is a kind of a refreshment. It's for the parrot. So there is a parrot among the animals, and a can of jungle berry tea. So the berry juice of the berry trees of the jungle. So again he is used humor and saying that and we take a can of jungleberry tea. That is the juice of this berry tree which grows in the jungle, is termed as jungleberry tea. We stop here today. We'll do the rest of the poem in the next class. Thank you.